Hi, I'm Craig, and today I'm going to be doing some readings for you. If you've not been to the channel before, this is one section of a great vast number of things we do. We do feature-length movies, we do interviews with people, ghost hunts, all sorts of things you'll find on this channel. But today it's about readings, and a lot of people have been taking the messages that I've been given and saying they're 100% right. So it gets quite interesting. But do leave the messages here on the YouTube, not on my Facebook, if you get the message right, because it's much more helpful when people can see that the message has been accepted, and it's been accepted completely or almost, and so forth. So we've been getting it right. But first, let me explain how it all works, and the best way to do that is to just give you a little clip from the previous video I did. Right, today we're going to try a little bit of an experiment, actually, as an experiment in psychic readings. So the readings that will come up later could be for you. Now let me explain how this all works. When in spiritualism, one of the techniques we use is called advanced clairvoyance. Now, not advanced, but advance, i.e. in advance. So sometimes when one stands up on the spiritualist platform, particularly when people are fledgling mediums, we use a technique in which they write down a message for someone in the audience in advance of doing the demonstration of mediumship. So you write down the person's name, maybe, and some details about the person and what you feel about that person, and a message that might come from the spirit world. So the spirit are giving that medium information before he's even stepped into the spiritualist church. And then, before you begin the normal demonstration, you'll stand up and read out the card and what it says and who it's for. So this is called advanced clairvoyance, and I've often, in my own circles, I've used it as a technique when I'm helping my students. So they have to write something in advance before they come to the circle, and would read out their message and find out who it's for. But of course, the best way to do it is if you have absolutely no idea who you're going to see. You don't know who's in the spiritualist church, for example. So these messages are very evidential. They're great proof sometimes of proof of life after death. And, you know, it can also be, it could just be a psychic type message as well. So I'm going to try it with you lot, right? I'm going to give you some messages in a moment. I'm going to go and meditate in my little room back there, tune in and get some messages and see what I get. And then I'm going to say them to you. So coming up in a few moments will be my messages. And it could be for any of you watching this now. And I'd like you please to comment though. You know, let's make a deal. If I'm going to do this, please comment. I mean, comment if it's for you, so that we can eliminate those ones that are left, as it were. So, you know, and don't make it fit. I want it to be, the things I show you should be pretty much bang on specific for a person. So it'll be very interesting. So please read the comments and see what other people say after you've watched the video, and sometimes people might have picked it up erroneously, so you know, it still might be for you. But it's a very interesting technique of remote clairvoyance. Really, it's a form of clairvoyance that you might be completely unfamiliar with. So yeah, okay. So I'm going to go and meditate now, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, for my first one today, I have someone working from Spirit who I think some people might know already, because those that used to come to my chat room at psychics.co.uk will remember Vi Kipling, and she's always worked with me since she's passed over to Spirit, strangely enough, and she does sometimes used to work through our chat rooms, worked on the chat rooms, you know. So I feel her presence with me today. So this is a message for someone who knew Vi Kipling. So you've probably already been to my website at psychics.co.uk, and I mean, and she taught me this technique we're using today called advanced clairvoyance. In some respects, certainly encouraged me to use it. So I feel her working with me today. Now, so I've got a message for someone in Darlington. Okay, so she came from Darlington, but I feel that it would be close to her in the Darlington area. Now, she's talking about a male person that I want to communicate from the spirit, right? And she's given me... Okay, I hear a name. I don't know if this was a joke name or something, because I get something amusing about it. I hear the word Chester or Chess, something like that. The name seems like Chester or Chess, something like that. It might have been abridged or something like that. I think she's trying to give me sort of like a nickname thing. And she's telling me that this person passed the spirit with lung condition. She had septicemia herself, Vi did, but I'm getting this person's also had a similar condition to what she had, which is septicemia. And she tells me, okay, this is odd, alright, but she tells me there's a funny story connected with this communication about a mouse, okay? Women being scared of a mouse. Alright, now that sounds bonkers to you, okay, but the thing is, if we're going to convince people that this is not just somebody just saying random things, we need to prove very specific evidence. So there is something about a story about a mouse, alright, which scared all the ladies, alright. Might have been in the church, or some people jumping up on the chairs, something like that. So the person receiving this message would know something about a story like that somewhere along the line, okay. And the recipient of this message would, at this present point in time, be going through a little bit of a difficult patch, because I feel that they've had around them one or two difficult situations, particularly to do with the loss of somebody, right? And I'm being told, chin up, don't worry so much, because the afterlife here is a beautiful place and there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear in death. That has to be the message that I give, and it's as simple as that. I'm not allowed to give any predictions here with this one, but I feel I want to say that remember that and she says something to do with, there's a young person who is studying music at the moment, and that person is going to do very well with their musical abilities, and I want to see encouragement there, alright? And I also want to say to the person that the message is for, is it's not your time yet. So I don't know if you've been worried about that, but I have to say that as well. Okay, so that's my first message for you today. Okay, so those that came to the chat rooms would remember Vi on the chat rooms. This is completely new to me. I don't know anything about this information that she's given me here. But it'd be fantastic if someone can accept the message. And don't forget, always put your comments in the comments below if you feel the message is for you, in the YouTube comments below, because some of you watch this on Facebook and some of you watch this on my website at psychics.co.uk. So if it's embedded, go to the YouTube and leave a message if it is for you. Okay, alright, so there's the message from the first message today. Okay, now I'm going to connect for the next one. I want to talk to somebody that had it's like an infection of some kind, I'm being told here. They had some form of infection, so it's it might be something to do with an illness, like a tropical illness possibly, something like that. Okay, so but the Gloria is what I want to call out from. I don't know if it's who's giving me this, but it's the Gloria that I'm talking about, because I'm talking about I want to talk about someone's got a young family, and they've just recently been some new additions to that family, and I'm being told something about that there's some problems with the house. But let me just get more information first. So okay, Gloria, a very good looking lady. I want to say she liked her jewellery. I see particularly with her, there's this thing with big earrings. Used to like big earrings, and she had a small dog, yappy sort of dog, a small dog. She wouldn't call it yappy, I would. And she's pretty good with, quite good with her hands. I feel that Gloria liked things like flower arranging, right? And I get the sense also she may have been quite interested in things like astrology too, because I think she's trying to say that she was a Piscean. And I feel that she's showing herself younger, but as she got older, her face she lost a lot of weight as she got older generally, not just through illness, but she seemed to lose a lot of weight, and her face became a little bit more gaunt round here, where before it was much more rounder. She very beautiful eyes she had. Her eyes were quite large to her face shape, is what I want to say for some reason, and she was very precise with what she did too, she says. Although I saw the flower arranging, she's also very good with things like bookkeeping. So she might have had to do something like that and maybe helped with a shop. Don't even know if this could have been a flower shop there somewhere. So that's the communicator, Gloria. And she's talking about a young family here who the recipient of this message would know about. And there's a young... In fact, she's saying something about there's two young families. What do I mean by that? I think it's the family... the person receiving this message has a young family. And there's another young family within the family, as it were. It might be a brother or sister that's also got a young family at the same time. And today they just bought their child a pair of shoes. All right, I just feel like just today or in the last couple of days, very recently, they just bought a pair of shoes for the child, which has to be taken back. That's just something about the evidence. All right, and I want to say that Gloria is saying not to worry, because it's been lots of money worries around you, lots of fears with things like money and where we're going to go and what's going to happen with the house. You know, I get the sense of that, and I can't afford to pay important things. I feel that you've not paid your house insurance for some reason. I get that type of thing being shown to me here. That she says not to worry. I feel just keep going, and things will get better in time, so have no fear on that front. And that's the message that I feel Gloria is giving. But remember, these things that I give here, the most important part is, can you accept the evidence from the Spirit, right? Can you accept the details? And if you can accept the details from this message, again, please put the message below so that others know that the message has been accepted and been taken. And you need to have, most of these facts need to be connected for this to be an accepted message. Okay, I'm going to go on to my next one now. Okay, I've got a gentleman on Spirit side. I'm hearing the name Albert. Okay, and I feel this man is on father's side of the family for someone. He seems to have an interest in horses, because I'm seeing horses being shown to me, and I'm getting the sense I'm going back quite a while in time. So grandfather links here, going back on father's side of the family with this person, and I'm seeing quite older sort of feel to the environment around me and the love of the horses. Now I feel he likes to see horses racing. Now, whether he was a betting man, I'm not sure, or whether he actually had a horse, because I feel as if I actually know how to handle these horses. And Albert is a man that's not a very tall man, is the feeling I get with him. I get a man that's a very good character. I love the outside world. I feel that we've got to put country links with this, countryside links with this. And he used to, I hear him singing when he does his work and whistling and things like that. I also get a sense with him in quite a superstitious sort of character too. So there's something about he would have been very superstitious. He would have done something like carry a rabbit foot on a chain or something on his key ring, like they used to do sometimes years ago. So he shows me a rabbit foot. And I think the recipient of this message, what I know about, will even have that rabbit foot. Okay, and now this man also okay, he's going to give me another bit of evidence, because I feel he was quite interested in spiritualism. But the person receiving this message, actually, he wants to... Okay, there's a book in front of you, and you're looking at the screen of your of watching this YouTube now, and there's a book in front of you. And I want you to open that book, and I want you to look for page 133. And I look to the 8th line down. Okay, I want to look at the 8th line down, and there's a line of text there that would make some sense to you. It has something to do with travel of some sort. Okay, and I want to give you that line, and it gives a little bit of evidence of this man as well, and it's something to do with travel. Okay, so if you do accept this message, please let me know in the comments below if you pick up this message and the book is in front of you and that message relates to you in an important way. So it's page 133, they said, didn't they? And go there, and I can't remember what the line was, because when I'm doing this I lose things quickly, but he's laughing to me. He says that message will make a lot of sense to you, and it will also give you a sense of reassurance, I've got to say, because I get the feeling that, again, he's trying to give a nice positive message from the spirit world here. Albert was a man that had a very, very good sense of humour, a bit of a man's sense of humour, could be very sarcastic sometimes, but really, really fun, and he was a real salt of the earth sort of character and really loved this life here on earth, as it were. But he's giving you a message, just a little message of hope to keep you going, I feel, because like so many people, you give up faith sometimes in what you do. And he was a spiritualist, and I feel he wants to say that the person receiving this message should go back to Spiritualist Church, and he'll give you a confirmatory message from what's been said here today. Okay, that's my messages for today. I hope that was useful to somebody out there. It's certainly interesting, isn't it, to get the messages. I'm going to be doing these very regularly for a while, see how we get on. And I noticed that a lot of the messages are being taken, not just a lot. The last few videos have been 100%. So, and also remember, the messages, try to leave them here on YouTube if you can. People are sometimes leaving responses on Facebook and my website, and of course that's great to see the message being taken from my point of view. But if you can put them on the YouTube channel, if you learned how to put the comments on there, please, that would be quite helpful, because then people can see that these messages do get taken in their entirety sometimes. Okay, thanks for watching. See you again. Bye. So, pretty interesting all that. I hope you enjoyed it. Do leave your comments though, particularly if you've got a message, leave a comment on the YouTube, not on my Facebook. Leave a comment anyway, actually, because sometimes I pick up on things people have said, or pick up on the people that leave messages. And if you need a reading with me, obviously I'm available for readings through my website, that I do get very booked very quick. But also my team of psychics is very good, you know, too, because they can give you a reading quite short if you want one. And it's an international service, and we've got lines that you can call from all over the world. So the people that I've allowed to work there are very good, and they can give you a good message, or even a text messages even as well, if you want something very simple. Anyway, thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Bye for now.